This is a preview of our 3-day art and antique sale, which is in a couple of weeks' time. So it's going online a fortnight from now. We're finishing photography and the cataloguing right now. So by the time you see this, it'll all be ready and online. So rather than giving a full preview of the whole room, I've gathered a few of the more interesting things together here on this table, and I'll show you some of the other things as well. So we'll run along this table and just point out some of the things that jumped out to me. So starting with these, this pair of ashtrays, which are probably 1950s I would have thought, but they're by Robert Thompson, the Mouseman, and sort of just quite appealing, handmade, but slightly older than most of the Mouseman things that you see. So these are only estimated, I think, at 100 to 150 for that pair, but as usual, they tend to be hotly contested and make quite a lot more than we expect. Right next to them here is the most magnificent pair of opera glasses that I've ever seen, all hand enamelled, gilded and painted. So these are all hand painted enamel here with mother of pearl eyepieces. Aren't they amazing? Normally half that size, the ones that we see. So I think they're going to be sort of probably at least 200 to 300 anyway for those, but could be a bit more. This is the most beautiful bird automaton. I'm sure you'll have seen these before, but they're just incredible to listen to. You can see he's fully wound, which is why he's going 100 miles an hour. I think when he winds down a bit, he goes a bit more of a usual speed, but that's lovely. It's a gilt bronze case. As you can hear, it's all in working order, and with the original key in the shape of a bird. Look at that. And that's going to be £800 to £1,200, something like that. What a lovely thing to own. There's another bird automaton, so this is a bird in a cage. This is a penny in the slot operated one, and this works as well. I'm not sure whether we can actually, I think it's slightly unwound, this one. Just dropped straight through. That one does work, but I won't put you through the pain of listening to that one. And it has a clockwork mechanism and real bird's feathers. It's quite nice. Here's another interesting bird. This is almost certainly by Kaiser Zinn, which is a sort of similar factory to the WMF Works, which is a German pewter factory. But what a lovely character he is. He is, I suppose he's an inkwell, just a lidded pot with a blue glazed ceramic body. But he's fantastic, isn't he? And in nice original condition as well. A few of these have come up for sale at auction, and generally I think they're estimated at sort of 300 to 500. But I think we've seen quite a lot more money than that at auction. So that's interesting. This I just thought was really cute because it's just a small-sized Italian carved and gilded wood mirror. Quite a bit of detail as well, and it's all original, hand-carved, original mirror as well, which the silvering is slightly tarnished, but I think that really adds to it. I think it just shows it's original. So that's probably going to be 150 to 200 at least. This is interesting. This is an England football cap from 1908 that was worn by this chap, who was George Wall, and he played for Manchester United just before the First World War. And he scored, I think, 100 goals for United, and then he played for England. I think he won the league with United as well, and then played for England. I'm not sure quite whether he scored for England or not, but those two go together in this sale, and I think the estimate for those is 400 to 600. And then staying on the sporting line, there's this whole collection of medals that were all won by this chap, Chris Davidge, who rode for England at the Commonwealth Games in Perth. So this is, I think he won a gold medal and a bronze medal. So that was his 1962 Perth rowing for Coxless for Chris Davidge. That's another Perth a rowing 8. That's a magnificent medal there, look at that. This is the European Championship in 1957, rowing for England, and lots of other medals as well. Putney Medal, Head of the River, Henley Royal Regatta medals. He was quite a well-known rower, well recorded anyway for England, so that's interesting. Very nice Jack's Staunton chess set in its original box as well. You can see the original label, and there's the box, which is rather nice. Always very collectible things, easy sellers these, and Jack's particularly good, and these are weighted as well, and these are stamped on the base, which is generally how they're marked. What else have we got? This is a lovely thing. So this, in many, for many reasons. Now this is titled Coloma, and Coloma was the girl's name, and this was thought to be Wyatt Earp's wife. This was published in 1914. It's an original silver tint photograph, and it was quite a well-known image, but you don't see too many of the original impression of these, which is what this is, printed in 1914. And next to that we've got a pair of these, rather nice. They remind me of the sort of Robert Thompson the Mouseman Dachshunds. They're quite nice, those. They're hand-carved little puppies. A pair of those. I think they're estimated at 100, 150 pounds. This is quite unusual and exceptionally rare, actually. This is a Yorkshire Prattware, so this is similar to the Staffordshire pearlware pottery, and they are incredibly rare things because they're money boxes, so they're smashed to pieces, so they don't normally survive. But from the same house, we've actually got 4 of these in one sale, and they're all in really good condition as well. So 4 of those in this sale. Got a pair of these carved and gilded wood candle stands in the form of monks. Thought they were quite unusual. And then moving into the more silver and jewellery section here, got this magnificent set of paste buttons here in their original leather case, and they came from someone they were originally owned by someone who's quite well recorded, quite well known. There's a beautiful Charles Horner Art Nouveau silver pendant and chain there. It's in lovely condition as well. What a beautiful wearable piece of jewellery that is. And I think that's going to be sort of 200 to 300. Certainly well worth that anyway. This purse next to it is solid gold. It's 9 carat gold with cabochon sapphire thumb pieces here as well. Look at the manufacturing of that, all handmade mesh, solid gold. I mean, it's quite a weight, this thing. It's you don't get too many invitations to parties where I can wear these, where I can wear a gold purse. But time will come again when we can wear these things. So put our dresses on. I think it's sort of £3,000 for something like that, and it's probably worth about that for its gold content. Behind it is this lovely Edwardian necklace. So it's about 100 years old. Again, it's solid gold. Look at the colour of those stones. Sapphires and citrines and topaz, white sapphire, all sorts in there. And it's immaculate as well. Lovely piece of jewellery. I think the estimate's only sort of 300 to 500, but I could see that one taking off. That's lovely. This is another very fashionable piece of jewellery. A gold snake ring. Beautiful thing, that. Is that a diamond? Yeah, it is a diamond in the head there. And then next to it is a very nice bright opal and diamond cluster ring, which is think about 700 to 900. But beautiful bright stones. And on the corner here we've got a very nice Fabergé calling card case, which is 1899 dated on the front here. It has an interior and stamped Fabergé inside the lid there. So that has a rarity value obviously, and plenty of collectors of Fabergé. There's an interesting clock here from a fighter jet. I think it's only 1980s, but quite a desirable thing. Up here is a very nice set of these are gold, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
18 carat.
Gold with they're white gold with diamonds in the centre. So you have a pair of cufflinks, the buttons and collar studs, all in their original goldsmith's case. Isn't that a nice set? All complete. And up here is a real variety of things we have here. So this is quite an unusual item. This is an honesty box from a pub in the 19th century. So you'd have that sat on the bar there, and you put a penny in the slot here, and it operates this lever, so you can open it up and get a pinch of tobacco there. A pinch of tobacco for a penny. It's rather nice. And underneath is this very good quality canteen of cutlery. It's solid silver. What is that? King's pattern? Yeah, very nice heavy gauge silver. And it is a set there. There's 2 levels of. Look at all that solid silver as well. Quite a bit in scrap, I should think, that lot. Is that something around 2,000?
Yep, 3,000.
Something like that. So that's it, an interesting collection of items to start with. We haven't really got the room set up as usual because we can't invite you in, unfortunately, because it's an internet only sale. So we have catalogued it and taken extra photographs, and it's online for a lot longer, this sale, but we can't actually set it up to make it look as beautiful as usual. But we'll just have a quick look along this table here, because there's some interesting things along here. So we've got some very good musical instruments here. This is a Wheatstone's accordion, which is apparently a very good and rare model, that one. And that we're thinking around 1,000 or so. There's another good accordion there as well. And Hohner, the size of that. Double side, I wouldn't get that in my mouth. How do you play that? Answers on a postcard. So those accordions there, which is quite nice. And just move along the table here. So some nice things down here. This is an amazing book here, quite recently rebound. So it's a facsimile of the Book of the Dead, which is in the British Museum, and beautifully bound set here. But it's a reprint. Magnificent illustrations in there. This was published in 1890, and this is a translation. So you can go to any page in this, and there's the weighing of the heart, a famous image there, and you can go to this book here, and it is a translation of the inscriptions. That's rather nice. They're sold together. And what else? I saw some lovely things here. I'll just show you these. So it's a really good collection of miniatures in this sale. So most of these are paintings on ivory. So we're starting over here with George IV, which is a beautiful carved ivory box. And that's a painting of George IV in watercolour on ivory, which is rather nice. And lots of other historical miniatures here, mainly 18th century. That's a grand tour. This is micro mosaic So it's just tiny pieces of coloured glass, and you really need to put it under. If you just catch it in the light there, you can see all the tiny pieces. It has been damaged, unfortunately, but it's quite an old piece, that. All these other miniature portraits here, and this one, which is a memorial bracelet, but with woven hair, woven human hair, which is in incredibly good condition. This pair of relief carvings is Princess Charlotte and Leopold, who were married. Princess Charlotte was the only daughter of George IV, and she would have been queen if she hadn't died in childbirth. Incredibly sad story, which you can read about online. It was very sad, and Leopold survived her for a long time, but she would have been queen. She was and so that's a lovely collection of miniatures there. There's some more down here. Rather nice little lot there. And there's absolutely loads to look through. It's all illustrated online, as it always is. So this time it's a 3-day sale. So on the Wednesday we're selling all the interesting metalware and collectibles and bronzes and miniatures and oriental ceramics. And then on the Thursday we've got a full day of silver and jewellery. So there's about 700 lots of jewellery and silver this time. So really interesting lots. It takes ages to look through it online, but it's well worth it. And then on the Thursday we have a separate mid-century auction. So we've got about 150 lots of mid-century, which they're just photographing at the moment. Actually, if we just have a look over here, I'll show you what there is. These are all part of the mid-century sale, and up here we have ceramics, glassware, sculpture. Some really nice, very stylish pieces of glass here as well. Best way to view this is online, really. It's just quite a bit of it this time. And all these sculptures are all part of that sale, and there's lots of interesting furniture as well. Actually, if we go past here, just watch the photography going on here. And I'm going to show you some of the furniture in this sale, but it's all piled up at the moment. But what I will finish on is this, which is coming up in our next sale in about, I don't know, 6 or 8 weeks' time. We won't go into too much detail this time because it takes a lot of looking at, but it's a mid-19th century exhibition clock. The most amazing thing. So that's not for this sale, that's for in a future one. But this is in a fortnight's time, so please have a look through the website, and hopefully you'll find something. Thank you very much.